My Viking sword is all tempered and it's ready to test. Look at how pretty it is. You know what else is pretty? The graphics in Vikings War of Clans. And Vikings War of Clans sponsored this Viking sword competition video. So if you're looking for the perfect game to relax after a hard day's work, Vikings War of Clans is the game for you. The game reminds me of top strategy and RPG games from the 90s and 2000s, which we were all crazy about. And now it's finally on mobile and the graphics are amazing. Like I said before. You can choose your own playstyle, which is really awesome because you can build an impregnable city and raise an economy, use your diplomacy skills to rule the world, or just gather your friends and build a huge army and destroy enemy castles. The game is really fun, and if you're anything like me, you're gonna really enjoy trying to be efficient and effective at stockpiling resources and building a massive army, because who doesn't want to have the biggest army? And then you can join a clan with a whole bunch of other people that are good at the game, and you can beat everybody else, because what's more fun than winning? And it's a Viking game, so when you've got the biggest army, you get to take other people's stuff. And guys, don't forget, by installing the game, you not only help me create quality videos for you, but you also enjoy playing the game as well. So you can help support my channel right now by downloading Vikings from the link in the description below. And if you do, you'll get 200 gold and an initial protection shield for free, which will help you out when you start the game. So go download Vikings now. My Viking sword, aptly named the Swanky, Janky, and oh so Danky Shanky, is finally tempered and cleaned up, and it's ready to test. But it's got some competition. I got this sword-shaped object on Amazon, and I'm gonna see which one is better between this one and my sword. Time to test its metal. Because it's made out of metal. Get it? Yeah! And I'm gonna run these two swords through 5 different challenges to see which one is better. And the first one is pool noodles. I don't have any tatami mats, so pool noodles I'll have to do. Woo! Almost. It's so floppy. I'm not actually that disappointed in the performance of this sword because pool noodles are so floppy, they move out of the way real easy, and this thing's so heavy, it's hard to swing fast, but it has a lot of momentum, and the tests get progressively harder, so this might excel later on. Time to test the one from Amazon. It's very safe. 30 bucks, Amazon special. Wow, I can swing this so much faster. Cuts like a spoon. It's all about the speed with this pool noodle. It's just ripping it. Woo! Another rip. I can get so much more speed with this one because it's so light, it just rips it. Because the pool noodle doesn't have a chance to get out of the way. See the difference? That's from mine. It's an actual cut. Time for the bottle chopping test. Yeah! See if I can get it again. Yes! I'm pretty pleased with that. Let's see what the Amazon special can do. Oh! It literally just exploded it in 4 different places. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a big white line where this sword impacted, and it did absolutely nothing except for pop the bottle from impact force. Time for the oobleck. Here's a nice big bag of oobleck. Let's see if I can chop it in half. This has got to be pretty exact. Oh! See if I can save some of it. So I saved it by moving this thing around as much as I could so that the oobleck wouldn't go liquid until I got another bag to put it in. I never claimed to be a master swordsman, so I basically missed and hit way too high. Good thing Full Metal Engineering was here to grab me another bag real quick while I bounce the other one back and forth. See if I can hit it this time. Yes! Right through the middle of it. Amazon special. it pretty good. Well, if nothing else, that was a fun test. Time to do some more difficult ones. It's time to hit some pumpkins, and these have been sitting outside for a really long time, so they're absolutely frozen solid. See? Let's see if the swords can get through them. Wow, that is really frozen. Let's see if I can. Oh, that cut real nice. Ooh, that butter knife sharpness works well on frozen pumpkins. Not quite as much on that one. There was a fair amount of ripping. Now it's really time to get serious. We're gonna beat these things against some frozen pieces of oak and see what happens. I have a feeling this is gonna be the deciding factor. Here we go. That hurt my hands, but it didn't bend. It didn't hurt the blade. Still sharp. The Swanky, Janky, and also Danky Shanky is doing better than I thought it would. Time for the Amazon special. I can swing this thing really fast, which has given it an advantage so far in this competition, but that might make it fail on this one. Ooh! Oh, she bent. That did not go in very far. Got a nice little curve to her now. Well, it bent back that way pretty easy, but that bend is staying. I just found another problem. The handle is seriously loose now. One more test before I break this thing in half, or attempt to break this thing in half. So those were originally supposed to be the 5 tests, but I realized that swords usually hit other swords, so I'm gonna hit one sword with the other sword and see what happens. Time for sword on sword action. Here we go. Put a nick in mine. That's what happened to mine. You can't really tell because the rest of it's jagged too, but even though this thing is junk, it's got a relatively hard edge even though it's not even as sharp as a butter knife, because that's the spot where I hit this one. But now it's time to see if I can break this thing in half. My handle is getting loose. Straight. Okay, starting to worry that the handle might fall off. I'll keep going. Whoa! There it goes. Well, that would never happen with my sword. The guard shattered in half and I can't find the other half of it. The pommel just has a little screw that was connected to that little tiny bit right there. And that broke off and the handle shattered and it bent a lot. But I couldn't break it in half. And now I got nothing to hold on to try to break it in half with. So there's that. Pretty obvious to me that the Swanky, Janky, and also Danky Shanky beat the Amazon special in my little competition. It won the pool noodle because it actually cut through the noodle instead of ripping it like this thing did. Mine won the water jug because I cut it twice and it actually cut it. Unlike this thing, because it's not even as sharp as a butter knife that just whacked into it and made it explode. It was a tie on the oobleck. This one did better on the pumpkins, probably because I could swing it fast and the blade is substantially skinnier than mine. But the Swanky Janky did better on the oak log because it cut deeper and it didn't bend. And then you might be thinking that my sword lost when I hit the blades together because mine took a nick and this one didn't, but mine still looks pretty awesome even with the nick in it, and this one bent whenever I hit it. So I'm gonna say that this one lost that competition. And then when I hit the log with this thing, it fell apart. And you might be thinking that that's not fair because I beat this against an oak log until it fell apart. But it doesn't matter because if I did that with mine, it wouldn't really do anything because it's a giant solid piece of metal. So my sword won. Let me know in the comments which one you think was better, and if you don't say that it was my sword, then you're wrong. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Big thanks to that guy Harvey for naming this the Swanky Janky and also Danky Shanky. That's one heck of a creative name. The second choice was Wild Caliber, but seriously, Swanky Janky and also Danky Shanky, it's got a great ring to it. And also a big thanks to Full Metal Engineering. He helped film this entire video. Link to his channel in the description.